What is up, gamers? Today we are here with another voiceover drawing video. We're back to the somewhat normal. Today we have the Powerpuff Girls, but as the Fiancés from the Dream SMP. This was a really fun video to make, but before we get into it, I have to mention that 90% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. I'm not even lying about that one. So please help a homie out. Help a homie out. Maybe we can get it to, I don't know, 85 by the next time I upload, which is like probably a long time from now. So you have plenty of time. You have plenty of time to do this. And with that out of the way, let's get into this very beautiful Powerpuff Girls AU. Alright, so I started with Bubbles because she was on the left to right, that's how I read, big brain. Now Bubbles was a really easy fit to make, you know, Quackity Bubbles, same vibes. So the very first thing I did was make him into the cartoon version because I thought that'd be a little easier to translate into an anime version. You just start simple and then work your way up, you know? So the very first thing I had to think about was, how's his hair gonna look? He's not gonna have pigtails, I don't think. Unless... no, JK. So instead of giving him pigtails, I gave him like a mullet kind of thing where his fringe sticks out on the side. So it'd give the same effect as pigtails that Bubbles has. So there's still hair sticking out. He still has a silhouette that's different from everyone else. So all I really did besides the fringe is give him a beanie and give him Rowdy Rough Boy shoes. And then gave him long sleeves. And it was a pretty easy crossover. But then I had to make him into an anime girl, which was fun. I tried my best to maintain the style. I think I did a pretty good job, except the eyes were hard. The eyes are so difficult to just draw in general. So a little bit about my sketching process. Basically, I would sketch over the Powerpuff Girls figure to make it easier to see, and then I'd redraw it on the right side. And then I'd compare them to make sure my drawing was accurate to the one on the left. Right here is where you can see me struggle with the eyes. I didn't know where he was looking, so it just looked mad crazy for a quick second there. I eventually got it though, and then I had to draw the hair. Now the hair was pretty fun and easy. I just basically copied the style that I did on the cartoon Powerpuff Girls and translated that into anime. The only difference that I can note is that I gave him like side pieces, like sideburn pieces. I don't know what to call those, but they swoop out. They're basically just replicating what Bubbles in the anime actually has on the side of her head. And for the outfit, I kept it pretty simple and relatively close to what she was wearing. I kept most of the elements of the outfit the same. The only thing I changed was the skirt. I changed the skirt into these poofy kind of shorts instead. I only did that so that they wouldn't look too out of character. But then I moved on to coloring, which was fun. Pretty easy. Used the same exact colors as I did for the cartoon version, except there's a lot more variations of blue in the anime. But I just kept it simple. I basically replicated Bubbles in the anime. Same color scale, just in a different blue. And then I changed the letters on her ring and her belt to F and Q. F for Fiancés, Q for Quackity, of course. Then I added these little poker chips on the bubble wand because I thought that would be kind of fun and a little hint into his character. So it just wasn't completely only Bubbles. Then the only thing left is I added black leggings because this character wears black pants. Thought that would look a little bit closer and more accurate. And with that, that's it for him. That's it, he's done. He's out the gang. Since we are done with Bubbles, I decided to do Blossom next because we are moving to the left. And of course, there's no other person that could be Blossom other than Carl Jacobs. So with Carl, I didn't want his head to be completely flat like Blossom's is, and I also couldn't add the long hair that Blossom has. So instead I kept the bangs. It's just I added a little bit of puffiness to the side of his head. And instead of a bow, I added these time traveler goggles that I see people draw him with in fan art. Thought that was kind of cute. I thought it made him look a little bit more like Blossom did. And for the colors of Carl, instead of making him only purple, I thought that would have been a little bit boring. So with Carl, I gave him 2 extra colors. I gave him orange for Sapnap and blue for Quackity on both of his arms. So next was the anime Carl. And I did this by, again, tracing over the drawing on the left and then redrawing it on the side, and then comparing the two, resizing, and boom, you have your base drawing. Then it came time for the hair. I kept the same design as the cartoon, I just added the same fringe on the side that I did for Quackity. And then for the jacket of Carl, instead of adding just the popped collar, I made it a hoodie to incorporate some of his design into Blossom's design. And then Blossom has a B on her jacket, so I just changed that to a K. And then I added his goggles, made them look a little bit more anime-like, and I added earrings and a neck piece that had his swirly design on it, so you'd know for sure it was him. I'm actually very much proud of the hand anatomy on this drawing. It's so good. The only other alteration that I did on Carl's design compared to Blossom's is I added some high knee socks. I thought that'd be kind of fun. It'd make him look a little bit more different. Since I couldn't add, the giant ponytail, why not add some high knee socks? Spice it up. Then came time for coloring, and with this I just simply wanted to make sure that you knew his main color was purple. That's the only priority really. So all I did was make his main body purple, and then his jacket sleeves the different colors orange and blue. I did end up making his whole jacket pink, but I kept it a purpley kind of pink, minus the little brighter pink accents that I did for his hoodie. I kept his socks pretty simple, and then I added his cyan accents, of course. I made the belt cyan as well, and then I gave him some nail polish, purple, blue, and orange to match the team. And after that, it was pretty much it. Resized him, made his background, and there he is, Carl Jacobs, as a Powerpuff Girl. And then last but not least, we have Sapnap! Sapnap is Buttercup, very obvious. So all I really had to do for Sapnap was turn Buttercup into an e-boy. I gave him the e-boy haircut, signature, I know, and then I gave him his little bandana and black sleeves. That's it, really. Black sleeves and a bandana and an e-boy haircut. He looks like one of these guys, It was perfect. It was a perfect fit. I do wish I was a little more careful on the line art of Sapnap, but it didn't really seem to be a big deal at the time. I think it looks fine. Somewhat, I didn't want his hair to be 100% true black, because the line art was black and his hands were kind of black due to sleeves. It would have been too much. It would have been all muddy. So I made it a light brown, which is a little more accurate, And then I came to debating whether his eyes should be brown or green, whether his color should be white or orange. I ended up going with orange and green, thought that fit a little bit more. And then of course we moved on to the pose, which this time was difficult because Buttercup's perspective, her face is a little bit wonky. As you can see, I've traced over it and it looked so weird. So I kind of just had to redo it in my own way so that it wasn't icky looking. and then the rest of the body was easy. The only hard part really was the face. I kept the same hammer. I just changed the initial on it to F for Fiancés again, and then it came time to do the hair. I just made Sapnap a TikToker and then added the signature Powerpuff Fiancé shorts and some fishnet leggings, since the other two already had something on their legs, and also just to add another layer of TikToker to him. In all honesty, his hammer was really difficult to draw. It's just a bunch of shapes, but it was difficult to get right, I guess. And even in the end product, I forgot a little bit of his hammer. The little top part is supposed to be colored orange, but I forgot it in the line art, so it just didn't bother to add it back in, ever. And then it's time for Sapnap's colors. I didn't really know how to shade the hair, since it was like shaped weird compared to the other ones, but I figured it out eventually. And then I decided to give him a black turtleneck, because Sapnap's really edgy and his character design has to have black sleeves. Why not go an extra step further and give him a black turtleneck? And then for his jacket, I made the base color white. Figured that would be more accurate. I didn't want it to be too orange. I wanted to keep the black and white aesthetic that he has. Then of course I gave him the fishnets. They're not really that neat and orderly, but oh well. And by that point I realized I forgot the legs. Is that what you call them? The legs of the bandana. So I gave him that too. We add the background, we add the name, and there we have it. We have Sapnap as Buttercup. And this is the final product. This is all of them together. Wow, look at them. They're so nice. Love that for them. And then of course I put them all together in their cartoon version, and this is what that would look like. Very nice. I realized that in the anime version, Sapnap's on the left, so my left to right thingy, it kind of didn't work out. But oh well. We still got them all. And then here's each individually, of course. This was pretty fun to do. So if you have any suggestions for what crossovers I should do next, please write them down. I would love to hear them. And if you have a favorite, tell me in the comments. You can find this beautiful picture on my Instagram at tigerbun_, of course, and please check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/tigerbun_. You can see most of my content and probably get more regular content over on Twitch, to be honest. And with that, make sure you like, and I'll see you in the next video. Ooh, whatever that will be. Bye.